Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker, earn $14.50 plus up to $425 in weekly bonuses depending on shift. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
Exmark makes the mowers that care for the lawns that set the stage for the backyard life. As the commercial mowers more landscape pros trust, Exmark mowers get you on and off the lawn without compromising cut quality, comfort, or reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life, starting at $29.99. Learn about the available finance offers and check them out today at The Mower Shop, 7400 Preston Highway, Louisville, Kentucky, 502-969-6433.
Time now for Mortgage X's and O's, a winning playbook to get you home, right here on ESPN 680 and 105.7.
Happy Sunday, Louisville, Kentucky. It's Jeff Ratanapool.
And Michael Shad.
And I'm with Stockton Mortgage.
What? We're here to educate, entertain, and inform.
Yeah, we thought we mixed.
Sunday.
Yeah, we thought we'd mix it up a little bit. It's Mortgage X's and O's, the winning playbook to get you home.
You threw me out. Maybe you always try to throw me curveballs.
You know, man, we're trying to ad lib a little bit now and again. Just try to mix it up so people don't get used to the same old intro.
Yeah, I got it, man. I dig it.
All right, so anyway, let's recap that. Jeff and Mike, we're with Stockton Mortgage. We're your host of Mortgage X's and O's, the winning playbook to get you home.
We're here every Sunday at 9:30.
To educate, entertain, and inform you about the home buying process.
That's right.
We want to make you a better participant. And whether you're buying, selling, refinancing, whatever it is, we try to bring good fruit to you to where you can participate and have good success. And a lot of times, our guests we bring in, they bring some loads of knowledge that you and I don't have, even though we got a lot of knowledge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we just bring in people that from all walks around. Like I said, we've brought in people. I mean, the turnstile guy, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
The number one guy in the world in that department is right here in our backyard. I mean, I never knew that or knew anything about it until we came. So
that's right.
We got people all around the real estate community in different walks of life. I had a landscaper last week.
Yeah, we don't limit ourselves to just mortgage people, realtors, and insurance agents. But, man, when we get an opportunity to get a big hitting realtor, which is what we got today.
That's right.
We got a girl that's going to come drop some knowledge down on the market and our listeners
absolutely.
Today. But before we go there, let me recap and just say, Mike's pool's done. It's a second week of it being complete. He was able to swim on Memorial Day weekend, last weekend. How did last weekend go swimming?
It was good, man. My outbuilding's done. We had a graduation party for the boys for 5th grade. Woohoo, big middle schoolers, all 3 middle school boys now. Reason we got the pool. Hopefully we can get all that energy out, for at least 4 to 5, maybe 6 months out of the year.
That's pretty smart, though, man, because middle school, that day that I went to middle school, I left that morning a boy. I came home that afternoon a man. I mean, everything I needed to know I learned on my first day of Myers Middle School in 1981.
Yeah, man. We already hear it from the 6th grader all the time. Now he's a 7th grader about all the stuff, and you're just like, oh, man, what do they all hear? And, we can only shelter them for so long.
It's too early.
Can't put them in a bubble.
11 years old, you don't need that kind of stuff already at 11. But, man, it's happening.
That's right.
You got to educate them. But, you all having that pool, you likely will be the most popular place for the middle school kids to go during the summer.
And that's what we wanted, man. We have a great community there out in Crestwood in our neighborhood. We love our neighbors. I mean, our neighbors, we had some over Memorial Day weekend. They got 4 kids, and they were all in there having a ball. So, man, that's what it was about, man. That's the thing that makes me feel good about putting it there. That's what I did it for. So.
You got any thoughts on our contest for the pool party you're going to do at the end of the summer where one lucky listener is going to get to come and hang out with us by the pool?
I got a couple ideas, man. We'll have to talk about them off air, and we'll have to maybe present them in a couple weeks.
We'll be announcing that in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
man.
Maybe shoot it for, like going back to school or something, like in August, and get it it's nice and hot.
That'll give me some time to get in a little bit better shape in my bathing suit. Just kidding.
No Speedos in my pool, please.
All right, let's get to it. So, folks, we are so lucky this Sunday morning to have a superstar, an up-and-coming superstar in the real estate industry here in Louisville, Kentucky. She is the leader of the Totally About Houses team powered by eXp Realty, a real estate agent extraordinaire, Ms. Monica Dunlap. Welcome to the studio, Monica.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for getting up and coming down. Shout out to George, your husband, for taking care of the kids so that you could come down this morning and spend time with us. Shout out to George.
Big George.
All right, but this is about you. So what we like to do in the beginning of the show is for you to tell the Monica story. So we'd love to hear as much as you want to tell us. Where'd you come from? How'd you get to Louisville, Kentucky? How'd you get in real estate? And then we'll talk about what your team does and some important tips that we want to give people listening.
Thing I know, Monica's got an athletic background, so we got to drop that. We already ESPN radio.
And
we got
ESPN.
I do.
She's got a competitive
We'll
drive.
be talking about some sports here, too, let me tell you. So the floor is yours. You just take your time and tell us what you want to tell us.
So Louisville, okay, best mistake I ever made, coming to Louisville.
All right, that's good.
So we'll get to that point in just a minute. And speaking of sports, my nickname in high school was Long Ball. So
Get out.
That's what it was.
All right, I'm writing that down.
I have to tell you that story
Okay.
if you have time for a story.
Okay, I do.
However, I was born in Buffalo, New York. Couldn't wait to get out of Buffalo. It's maybe a good place to visit, not a good place to live, cold all the time.
But they do have buffalo wing.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Okay. Yeah.
Chicken finger subs are the bomb.
That's what I'm
But
talking
anyway, lived in Australia for 7 years of my life. My mom is Australian. So from 3 to 10, speaking of middle school, I did 6th grade back in Buffalo. So came back to New York, graduated. But during my high school years, I was on the softball team. Went from most improved because I needed glasses that year to most valuable, where we end up winning the division of the school for just 0-0 last inning, and I hit this pitcher no one could even hit from it. Strikeout, 1, 2, 3, strikeout. I don't even think they even got a run on anybody all year from this pitcher. It's an amazing pitcher. Well, I was up, hit it over everyone's head. They didn't know what to do because they never fielded a ball through their whole season, and got a home run.
Did you go yard or was it inside the park?
There was no fence.
Okay.
So
it rolled to Schenectady.
Yep. it just kept going, and we won 1-0, and rest is history. But I got that nickname Long Ball in high school, and would have gone. I did get a scholarship for softball to go to Canisius High School in New York, but again, I was always been business minded, so I turned that down and said, no, let me do business. So, and in my junior year of high school, I met a guy. That's how it always started, right?
Yep,
Met a guy, graduated, did a 1 year at UB, and said, you know what, I'm done with Buffalo. Let me move to Louisville. This is my ex went to University of Louisville. He decided University of Louisville is far enough away from his mom and close enough to his dad in St. Louis. So that's how I got to Louisville. That's the best mistake I ever made.
And never been here before. Never knew anything about Louisville. I mean, here's what's intriguing to me, just in the first part of this story. The accents that you had to hear, first in Buffalo and then in Australia, and then the culture shock of getting to Louisville, right? I mean, because Louisville's nothing like Buffalo or Australia, either one, right? So you followed a guy, right? Okay, and so then what happened?
Well, I was working at McDonald's manager, so I transferred. I was so excited because I was making like $7.25 or $10 an hour after I got the hourly manager in New York. Came down to a salaried position at $27,000. This is back in 2002.
That's big money in those days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was excited. I was 18 years old and like, hey, I'm making $27,000 a year. I am rich. So it was good. So took a year off to become a resident. Went to U of L. I was always told, hey, grow up, you want to be a doctor, So I'm like, all right, I'll go to school to be a doctor. However, in order for McDonald's to pay for my school, I had to take business. So of course I got all the general ed out of the way, and I had to make a decision. Do I want to have school continue to be paid for, or do I switch over to business? So decided, switch over to business. Went to U of L, graduated with a BS degree in management. And
that's the second good decision, right? That was the other decision that you made that ended up being very good.
Absolutely.
In hindsight. I won't call that a mistake. That was a good decision.
Yep. So I left the boyfriend a long time after, about a year after I came to Louisville anyway. And from there, I graduated, and then I decided to go. I was at McDonald's. I'm like, hey, I went to Cracker Barrel to be a general manager. So I did that that's how I met George. I met him at Cracker Barrel.
All right.
And in 2013, I was general manager, and I was about ready to have my first child. So I have Chase. He's 8 years old. I have 3 boys.
Shout out to Chase.
Yep.
Wait, give the other 2 names.
Landon and Clayton.
Landon and Clayton. Shout out from your mom.
Yep.
All right.
So I was going on maternity leave, and I was bound in a term. I said, I do not want to go back to this restaurant. I'm going to have a child. You work 10 to 8. It's work around the clock. It's hard work. It really is. It's good money, hard work.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not afraid to work hard, but you're capped with your income. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have I had Chase, and I did the real estate exam. I took the first 30 days of my maternity leave with him to study, passed the test. My mom's actually in real estate, so she was my main motivator to do it. So I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm going to get my license. We're going to team up. And at that point, she was with RE/MAX. So I'm like, all right, let's go to the RE/MAX office. Let's hit the ground running. I think I put 3,000 into leads. Her and I had no clue what we were doing. I got scared. And a month later, I'm like, I got to go back to Cracker Barrel. My maternity leave's coming up. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Right.
I got to go back. I'm sorry, Mom. So
I gave it the good old college try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're thinking about going to real estate or you're in real estate, a month or 2 is not enough time.
Yeah, amen.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
And you got to find the right mentor. And we didn't have it. My mom was always on a team. She never worked by herself. She's a great person. She's just not business-minded or driven. Okay. So anyway, so I said, I'm going to go back to Cracker Barrel. If I'm going back, I'm going to give them my all. I'm going to get promoted to be a district manager. So I did that. And in 2016, I had Landon. Okay. So I was about ready to be promoted. But the sad story is, and this is for shout out to women out there, I couldn't even tell Cracker Barrel or feel like I could tell Cracker Barrel that I was pregnant because I'm like, I'm not going to get this promotion if they know I'm having a baby. So here I am at a convention. I think I'm 8 months pregnant, trying to wear big baggy clothes, so nobody knows that
you're pregnant.
That I'm pregnant, and
you're real pregnant. At 8 months, you're not like a little pregnant.
So
and you're not a very big person, so I would imagine it was hard to hide.
It was so, but I ended up getting the promotion a month later, and then of course 3 months later, or a couple months later, I'm on maternity leave. So
how'd they take that?
You have to take it in this day and age. They have to take it. But the thing is, I was motivated at that time, like, hey, I'm just going to take a short maternity leave, and I'm just going to continue to work. But it just got tough when you have 2 little kids at home. Now I had a baby, and Chase just turned 2. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, this isn't working. So I'm like, all right. I told George. I said, George, I am leaving Cracker Barrel with or without your permission. I said, but you give me 1 year, and I will make more money than you're making at Cracker Barrel, and I will replace my income.
Because George was also a district manager at Cracker Barrel.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was the cook and you were his boss.
Now, did you all ever, let's talk about that for a second. Did you all ever have to work directly together?
No. We were always in different stores.
Good. Well, George got to be a boss then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You let him be a boss for a little while.
That's it. I did let him be a boss. Maybe not now, but back then, yep.
Yeah. Amen.
So it was, but I set the goals. I said, hey, and this was in 2017. So 5 years later, last year in 2021, we did 195 transactions over 50 million.
Yeah, fantastic.
So
those are big numbers, man. That's like, those are what we call, I got a friend in Texas, those are adult numbers right there. So you were going all in. Like, I'm hearing your story, and I've full disclosure, I did your loan back in 2013, or when you first moved to Louisville, when you were still out of the business. Little did I know that later down the road you would become this great real estate agent, but you were driven. I never knew the whole story though. So your mom was in Australia. So did she come back with you when you came back to New York?
The whole family moved to New York, and they did it for a better opportunity, which I'm glad they did. Australia again is another great country to visit. However, with the education, and she says it now, she's like, Monica, if I left you guys in Australia, maybe you'd be where you need to be, but the others, your brothers and sisters probably wouldn't be where they need to be. There's just not the opportunity. Unfortunately, most people don't own homes there. Most are renting. It's just very different than the opportunity. They say, come to America, there's an opportunity. There absolutely is.
Okay, that's good. Like, I only know of Australia from Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah,
we're gonna walk about, mate.
It is on my bucket list to visit.
Yeah,
and
it's a long flight, bro. It's like what? Like,
It is 30 hours.
Yeah, and it's
30
one of those
hours.
things where I think when I was pricing it, just ran about one day. I think going to New Zealand is cheaper than going straight to Australia.
30 hours. What do you do
And
for
you skip
30
a day
hours?
because the time difference on going there and coming back, you're like on the same day after 30 hours.
I'll tell you one thing. If you go to Australia, it'll make going to Hawaii easy. Because that's the longest flight I've ever been on, and that was like 11 and a half, 12 hours, and we crossed over time zones, and I was messed up for days. Wow, what a great story. Okay, so 2017, you're committed. You're like, I'm gonna make this thing work, right?
Yep.
And so to do $50 million, even in the market, because I think you're probably going to surpass that number this year, right? 2021. What are you projecting? You think you'll do this year?
Well, we're working on trying to do 75. We're a little behind right now. However, we've got a great plan in place to make it happen.
So how did you approach the real estate business when you decided in 17 I'm going all in? What kind of things did you say to yourself, or what was your business plan?
Well, I even go one step further. You said it was the right mentor, so you don't have to disclose a name, but it sounds like somebody kind of gave you a little more tutelage that you needed to get you bought in.
Tutelage, I like that word, Mike.
You like that?
I'm using that word today, tutelage.
Right?
Drop some tutelage on us.
Well, even before I was ready, I'm a planned person.
Yeah.
I have to have a plan. So even before I left Cracker Barrel in that January, and it was the end of January, beginning of February, I was already taking courses. I did go. My mom at the time was with Keller Williams.
Okay.
So Keller Williams is a great company to train as well. But I'm gonna put full disclosure, and I tell this to everybody: it's not the company you're with. And I know probably EXP doesn't want me to say that, or any company wants to say that. It is who you're with. And
it's you.
Yeah, it is. Do you have a mentor that's going to be able to train and teach you and spend time with you? And so a lot of it, though, honestly, I'm self-driven. At this point in time, it was self-driven. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm constantly gaining any knowledge I can get to be better. And I did sign up for coaching. I committed to $1,000 a month. And when you're not making any money, $1,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, amen.
But
it's scary.
It's worth the investment, because you are going to make it back 10, 20, 30 fold.
And I've said you've got to spend money. You got to invest in yourself, right? You have to spend money to make money. You got to have skin in the game,
Spend
and
$1 to make 10.
involvement builds commitment. If you're doing it for free, then if you miss out, not so bad. But man, if you've got skin in the game, every day you don't do it, it's costing you, right?
Yep.
So then right out of the gate, did it take a while to build up to the 50? Was 17 a good year?
Yep.
How did it? Has your business grown each year?
Absolutely. So 17, we end up doing right around 50 transactions. And again, I didn't start full time till the February. So we missed a month and a half. And it was Mom and I. So we teamed up together. We created the Totally About Houses team. We started branding ourselves, and we went out and just worked it together.
Okay.
So I had her as kind of my mentor at that point in time, and it got to the point where she was doing all the contract to close, and I was doing all the sales and going on appointments.
Okay.
And so from that, and I always knew, and that was my plan. My 5-year plan is I do want to have a team and grow it and teach others how to do it.
So you've built a pretty impressive team. You don't have to say their names, but talk about what your team consists of today.
Yep. So right now I've got 10 agents on the team. We are looking for more great agents, because at this point in time we've got more leads than we can handle. We've already built in 5 years a database of over 15,000 people.
Wow.
So that is something. I do have a marketing director, Chuck. He's been my right-hand guy for a few years now. So
Big
he
shout
handles.
out to Chuck.
Yep.
Chuck's good people.
He
is.
used to shoot videos at weddings.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So he knows marketing, and that's how I kind of got him. And here's the funny story. I'll actually tell you how I met Chuck while we're on this, because again, I'm naturally very introverted. That's just how I am. But in this business, or as a real estate agent, you have to be more extroverted. You have to be able to go out there and talk to people. So, and that's the mindset I had in 17. I met Chuck in 2017, and I'm like, anywhere I go, I am going to put my name out there. I'm going to create relationships. I'm going to do that. So I was at a park, and I noticed that Chase at the time, I didn't have, Lana was like a little baby at this point in time. Chase was running around playing with this other, little blonde haired boy running around. And I'm like, okay, they have a little relationship, so let me find their parent. So I found the parent, and actually it was a lady, and I tried talking with the lady. I got her number, and I'm like, hey, let's meet up, and loved our boys really like to play with each other. And I've texted her, and she never messaged me back. Never messaged me back. Nothing. I'm like, all right, that's okay, because part of real estate too, and
rejection.
You're gonna get rejected.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. You just got to move past it. So at the same park, a couple weeks later, and noticed it playing with the. I didn't know it was the same boy. I just noticed another little boy because, and my son had lost his car. So this time it was his dad working with the dad, and the dad got involved and was helping. And next thing you know, exchanged phone numbers, went on a couple play dates, and the rest is history.
And that was Chuck.
That's Chuck.
Did Chuck ever say why his wife didn't respond to you? Did she think you were crazy? Oh,
they're divorced. So of course he knows why. But anyway.
Yeah, we won't share that. We won't spread that out on the air. That's good.
No.
Oh man, Monica, that's so good. Just your story it's phenomenal. So you have 10 agents now.
I got 10 agents. I've got Chuck. So, and I've got a contract. I am in the middle of hiring a contract to close as well.
Okay.
So we're looking at that. So if you are licensed and real estate really isn't for you, hit me up. Let me know if you'd love to do the back end paperwork. I'm looking for a great contract to close person.
Okay.
And then I have Ace. He's my office manager. So he just kind of helps with the culture and keep things on track and keep things going.
Is Ace his real name?
His real name is Jesus.
I'll go with Ace.
I like Ace. I like my nickname to be Ace.
That makes me think of Top Gun and Maverick right now.
So
it sure does, man.
We got an Ace on the team.
Talk to me, Goose.
Right. So that's kind of, and we have actually a really different model in our team. So we have two types of agents. We have salaried agents, and we have your regular commissioned agents for the team. So you don't see a lot of salaried agents, and that's kind of the uniqueness. And it's really geared towards agents that are new to the business, because it's scary that you go from a job of making money to nothing. And as a real estate agent, you can expect for the first 6 months almost to have nothing. And that's just how it is. It takes some time to build. It takes 3 months to probably get you under contract, and then another 30 to 45 days to
you're going to get a paycheck, basically. Yeah.
Correct. So what the salaried agent position does is it's a small salary. It's $24,000 a year, so it's not a lot, but it's enough to get you, if you have a rent payment or you have a house payment, to help with that. You get a gas card of $200 a month. It's just something little to help you get by. You get your EXP dues are $85 a month. Those paid for, and you get your MLS dues paid for, and that can add up. That definitely adds up. And then you also get a bonus after every closing. So at the end of the day, really, how you should be making at least $50,000 your first year. And then after a year, you say, hey, am I ready to go full commission and hit the ground running? So
that is a unique concept, because there are not many salaried agents that I've ever heard of in my 25 years in the mortgage business. So I want to take a second and just make sure the listeners digest this. So Monica's team offers a salaried agent with a small salary, dues paid, and a gas card to help you get on your feet. And if you have
a gas card you need to get around to show your house.
And you provide leads. And the reality of it is if you work pretty hard and you make it, you can make $50,000 a year pretty comfortably, right?
Yeah,
if you'll
minimum.
do it.
Yep.
And then you give them the opportunity when they're ready to sprout their wings is to go full commission and make those bigger paydays, right?
Absolutely.
That's what an amazing concept. That is so good. And again, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never heard of anybody
for
doing that. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's something unique to our team and other value proposition.
So are you looking for because this I never know where these conversations are going to go. We don't script the show, but it takes a life of its own. And I think what our real show today is the appeal to someone considering real estate as a career, because you lived it, you understood. I think that's what makes this so great is you knew the anxiety of coming out of a salary job, and that's what you're offering people is, hey, let me transition you.
You didn't. I wouldn't say you failed once, but you scared yourself away to not do that. So you're putting that, that backdrop in there for people not to fail and say, you don't need to be scared. Look, let me help you, show you what it can be.
Absolutely.
And that's awesome.
So are you looking for people who are considering going in, or are you looking for people who are already licensed?
I'm honestly looking for both, Jeff. I mean, I love training, so if real estate is something you've always wanted to do and you're just scared to make the jump, reach out to me. We offer that to help. And I've got a couple people coming on that same thing. But I have room for more. We are a growing team, and we have more leads than we can handle right now, and we need help.
And your contract to close, just let me clarify that for people not in our industry. This is a salaried position. It's a full-time job. And your job would be basically once the contract comes in that you do the work getting that buyer or seller from the contract to the closing table. It's an executive administrative job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is administrative. However, you do need to talk with the lenders. You need to be able to communicate well with other agents, lenders, title companies. You just coordinate and just make sure it's a smooth process for our clients, because a big thing with our team is we are very client-oriented. A couple weeks ago, we actually had a client appreciation event at Champs Roller.
Rome? Yeah. You went roller skating?
Yeah. Yeah. When's the last time you went roller skating?
Can you roller skate?
Oh, I can do anything.
Can you make the turn where you lift your leg over the other leg?
No.
I can't. I throw my one leg out and I just hook around. It's been a long time since I've been roller skating. Nice.
But we do that every quarter. We do it not roller skating, but we've done bowling. We've rented out a movie theater. We're just big on giving back with our clients and doing a lot of our business repeat and referral based. And I think that's one of the tricks, or how we've been able to grow our business so quickly, is because of that service we give. So that contract to close person, we need them the extension of us, because that's the last thing that our clients are going to go through before they close on their home.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's like the constant point of contact through the process. That's good stuff, man.
Hey, that's awesome. And like I said, speaking with other broker owners and agent teams, the ones that do reach back out to their clients, like you said, that a warm referral that's been handed to you on a platter is the best way to do it. And those appreciation days, there's not very many in the industry that do that, but the ones that do reap the fruits of that benefit.
Yep.
So how do you rank inside EXP, like as far as like the stats they keep?
So inside EXP in Louisville, I am the number one team.
Boom.
Yeah, congratulations.
And that's all that
right
matters.
here.
I don't know about outside of Louisville.
Yeah, that's all you need to worry about.
But inside of Louisville, we are the number one team.
Well, I've always told loan officers, you can't be the king of the world without taking care of your street first. Mm-hmm. So that's fantastic. Okay, so I was going to ask, but I think it came through. I was going to ask from a customer perspective, what do people get when they pick the Monica Dunlap about team houses? But I think you answered it.
Well, I didn't answer the front end.
Okay.
So something too is that when we get our listings ready. So if you're thinking about selling your home, we're not the realtors that are going to come just put a sign in the yard and say, "Hey, that's it. We'll see you at closing, or we'll see you when we present an offer." So we do offer a like staging and cleaning.
Okay.
So just the other day, we have a listing coming up, and we do a lot of listings. Our stagers out there before photos, making sure it's perfect. I mean, even to the bed's made, because pictures are what sells that home. Yeah. We got to get clients or customers in the door first before they can even put an offer in on a home.
Right.
So that's something we've the value in ahead of time, and pricing strategies. I mean, we're not, if you're looking for the realtors that are going to just say, "Hey, let me list it for the highest price possible," just to get you in the door, we're not going to do that. Right. We're going to talk to you why, because we want to position you in the best position in this market. And even though it is a seller's market, pricing strategy is very, very important. We just had a listing where it was on the market, way overpriced, didn't sell. If your house isn't selling in this market, we have a problem.
I think that's an important point you bring up, because the behavior of buyers has gotten to be, they want to do as much on their own before they reach out to you, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going to spend a lot of time on the internet looking at the house, trying to see as much as they can. And you're playing to that because, right, you want to put those pictures on that give the best presentation of what it is that the people are buying.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about landscape? I got to ask that question because our last week's guest was a landscaper. Do you put a lot of we talked about that being the first impression of the home. Do you think that helps or hurts in one way or the other?
No, it definitely helps. I mean, with the listing appointment I went on the other day, they're half landscaped. I'm like, okay, we got to get the other half landscaped, and that's part of our job too. We give a lot of recommendations of some great companies that are able to do it for a great price and be on time and get it done and looking great, because you're absolutely right. And that's what I explain to our clients when I'm doing a listing presentation. You don't get a second chance to get a first impression. So when you walk up and you don't have it landscaped, or you've got weeds and the grass is overgrown, they're already in their mind going, I have to pay this much for this house? Yeah. I'm gonna.
Or and if this looks that bad, what's going to inside going to look
exactly.
like?
Exactly. So no, you're absolutely right, and that's even as simple as like paint and carpet when you walk in the door. When you're walking up to the front porch and you see it's all chipped around the outside of the door.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the same thing when you walk in, and what buyers see, they just see a lot more work.
Dollar signs.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to have to fix.
Yep.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Well, I will tell you what's come through because we're about out of time. What's come through is just what a phenomenal business person you are. That kudos to you. I'm so glad that you shared your story with everybody out there, and you deserve everything you get because you work hard for it. Number two, you have opportunities for people who want to come into this industry, and you want to mentor them, teach them, and share the knowledge. And then number three, from a customer standpoint, you're going to go above and beyond as long as they're willing to do it and take your recommendations to have a successful transaction. And number four, once they're gone, they're not gone.
No.
They're going to become friends for life. They're going to see you. They're going to do things and just stay with you because that's what you're interested in doing, right?
Absolutely. That's what I tell them. Don't worry. This is not the last time you've seen me.
So the magic final question is, how does someone get a hold of you for either a job or to become a customer? Share your numbers, your website, all that stuff with us here in the last couple minutes we have.
So we're the Totally About Houses team. So you can do www.totallybouthouses, just like it sounds.com. You can call my cell phone. So my cell phone is 502-264-3356. That's the best way to call me. I'm on social media as well. So Facebook Message. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help because, again, you can be successful in this market. Any market, a good team is always going to rise to the top, and good leaders. And something else we offer, too, for like I do a lot of coaching, so all my agents get at least one 30-minute session. That's part of the team every week, and we do weekly meetings where you are learning things. I mean, we have a lot of training because that's what's going to make you more successful, too. You've got the training, we've got the leads. We just need the great agents that have the right mindset and want to help clients.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, if you missed it, Monica Dunlap, 502-264-3356. The website is www.totallybouthouses.com. Exactly how it sounds. Man, reach out to her, whether you're thinking of buying or selling, or if you're interested in a career in real estate or one of her open positions. Her team is growing. They're phenomenal. We get to work hand in hand with them.
You're number one in the Louisville market under that umbrella. Hey, keep it growing. And good luck to you.
Thank you.
I tell you what, we'll bring you back in after the first year to hear how the year ended. How's that sound? Sound good?
Sounds exciting.
So everybody, you can catch us every Sunday 9:30 to 10 right here on ESPN 680 or 105.7, or live streaming at ESPNLouisville.com. Stick around after the break. Nick and Phil will be here with a Sunday morning hangover. Be blessed, everyone.
Tired of jumping from job to job? How about a career in a recession-proof industry where you can make a difference and help create a healthier living and working environment? The pest management industry gives you the opportunity to work with more independence. OPC Pest Services will give you a chance to grow with advancement. Come be a part of our team at OPC Pest Services. Apply online at opcpest.com/careers. That's opcpest.com/careers.
CarMax is hiring experienced auto technicians for many of its 200-plus stores nationwide. If you're looking for a job where you can make a great living while working on the cars that you love, then CarMax is the place for you. Join CarMax to grow your technical expertise and work with state-of-the-art tools and technology. Work with the cars you love. Join CarMax. Apply today at CarMaxAutotech.com.